Governor Ron DeSantis announced plans today to block funding for diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at all state colleges and universities, saying DEI programs are ideological and need to be dismantled. The announcement comes on the heels of a ban blocking high school students from AP African American Studies. Tonight, News4Jax is looking into how removing DEI programs would impact local colleges and what educators from around the country think about it.
It's a powerful signal that Florida doesn't take education as seriously as other places.
Harvard professor Khalil Gibran Muhammad is one of 200 professors from around the nation who penned this open letter in defense of AP African American Studies, writing in part, contrary to DeSantis' claims of promoting freedom in education, he is suppressing learning in his state and limiting the freedom of Florida students to choose what they can learn. He is destroying core educational principles. Muhammad says if the governor's latest proposal to eliminate all state funding for DEI programs in state colleges becomes law, Florida's educational system will suffer as a whole.
If the new rules prohibiting DEI in universities, and let's just assume it may spread to government agencies, is enacted under Governor DeSantis, we will see a version of flight from the state for people who take these values as fundamental to who they are. And Florida will not be able to compete with some of the best talent that exists in this country because they will see the backlash against DEI as an indication that Florida is not a welcoming place.
Our institutions will be graduating students, I think, with degrees that are going to be meaningful. We don't want students to go through at taxpayer expense and graduate with a degree in zombie studies.
DeSantis' pledge to eliminate DEI programs follows a probe into state data, which reveals Florida spends at least $34 million in DEI. News4Jax has learned eliminating DEI programs would put local positions at risk at UNF and Florida State College. A spokesperson for UNF writing, UNF is reviewing the announcement made today but does not have further comment at this time. A spokesperson for FSCJ tells News4Jax a human resource employee handles DEI, saying this position serves the college community and creates an organizational culture where all can engage in academic excellence. DeSantis also announced today he wants university presidents to have the ability to review a tenured faculty member at any time. Muhammad says studies prove DEI programs have been beneficial in colleges and in the workplace.
It makes companies smarter. They make more money. It makes the workplace a much more productive place in general. All of this is well documented and well known.
DeSantis' proposals have not yet been introduced as formal legislation, but the reforms are expected to be taken up by the state's Republican majority legislature when its regular session begins in March.